Hey there, and welcome to the weekly Asylum and Immigration Reform Update, where I share with you 5 recent stories of interest to asylum seekers and those who want to stay current on immigration news. This week, we're discussing
a looming government shutdown threatens to severely disrupt U.S. immigration and border security. SpaceX countersues the U.S. government over allegations of anti-immigrant hiring practices. Texas Governor Abbott declares a border invasion, escalating tensions with Biden. 3 bodies found near Texas Rio Grande barriers spark ethical and legal concerns. And a surge of migrants in Democratic states strains resources and causes party tensions.
I'm Brian Manning, and I used to be an asylum officer with the government, but now, as an asylum lawyer, I help immigrants all over the country to secure their future in America through asylum. It's my pleasure to bring you asylum and immigration reform updates each week right here on the Political Asylum Lawyers YouTube channel. Okay, let's get to the news. First up,
a possible government shutdown threatens to wreak havoc on the immigration system. With Congress deadlocked over a spending bill, most federal agencies face an October 1st closure. Immigration courts may hear only detained cases. Visa and passport issuance could slow without support staff. The Departments of Labor will halt consideration of new business-based immigration applications. Overall, case processing will probably decelerate as remaining staff adjust to reduced capacity. Past experience shows that even short shutdowns disrupt immigration operations significantly. An extended standoff in Congress risks worse immigration backlogs, damaging families awaiting decisions. Border towns are on edge, as staff shortages among federal workers could hamper efforts to process the influx of migrants and stop criminal activity. Officials like the mayor of Laredo are bracing for a devastating impact. Migrant processing could halt if staff can't work without pay, and security vulnerabilities are feared as cartel activity could increase.
And next up, for update number 2.
In a high-stakes legal battle, SpaceX, the rocket company founded by tech billionaire Elon Musk, is countersuing the U.S. Department of Justice, aiming to squash allegations of hiring discrimination when it comes to immigrants. The groundbreaking case hinges on constitutional grounds, challenging who the space exploration juggernaut can employ under intricate military technology regulations. The DOJ had initially sued SpaceX, claiming it discriminates against refugees and asylum seekers. However, SpaceX vehemently denies these claims, emphasizing its history of hiring non-citizens. The fight also highlights a jurisdictional squabble, with the 2 suits filed in different courts, one focusing on immigration cases and the other in federal court. The escalating legal drama raises questions about the employment practices in the fiercely competitive space industry, a sector where SpaceX has boasted job acceptance rates lower than elite U.S. colleges.
All right, time for our 3rd immigration update.
Texas Governor Greg Abbott has escalated the border battle by declaring an invasion due to the surge of migrants overwhelming towns and causing record crossings. Abbott cited the situation to justify sending more law enforcement personnel to deter migrants, resuming installation of razor wire barriers, and continuing to fight to keep in place controversial floating barriers. He asserts the federal government has abandoned Texas, forcing the state to secure itself. The invasion label seeks to constitutionally enforce immigration laws, but the characterization is disputed as inaccurate and dangerous. Still, Abbott persists, underscoring the ongoing feud with Biden over immigration policy and border security. Each side remains firmly entrenched as tensions and stakes intensify in this high-profile dispute.
And moving right along, update number 4.
3 bodies have been recovered from the Rio Grande along the Texas-Mexico border this week, including that of a 3-year-old boy. The grim discoveries occurred near controversial floating barriers installed to deter crossings, which endanger migrants. Mexican officials want the barriers removed, arguing they violate sovereignty and treaties. A judge ordered Texas to take them down, but the state appealed that decision. Immigration advocates say anti-migration tactics like razor wire are intentionally hazardous and breach human rights. Migrant apprehensions have reportedly neared record highs in September, yet options allowing safe passage are limited, forcing desperate crossings. The floating barrier is part of a broader campaign by Texas Governor Greg Abbott to look tough on immigration.
And finally, our 5th immigration update for this week.
The influx of migrants arriving in Democratic states is causing a crisis. With Republicans sending asylum seekers to blue states, cities like New York, Chicago, and Boston are struggling to provide housing and services. This is causing pushback, even within the Democratic Party. There are complaints of resources being diverted and concerns about fallout in the 2024 elections. Mayors like New York City's Eric Adams have publicly criticized the Biden administration for lack of federal support. Cities are now even sending migrants to other cities, with federal funds helping pay transportation costs. With immigration policy gridlocked, State and city officials are left making tough choices on their own. This situation reveals deep problems nationally in dealing with the migrant crisis.
And that wraps up this week's immigration news. If you want to win asylum in the United States, then you should call my office today. That number is 713-352-1593. And we help people all over the country, so it doesn't matter where you are. Call us now to schedule an asylum strategy session so that we can help you secure your future in America through asylum. Again, I'm Brian Manning, and it's an honor to serve you in your immigration journey.